Hi, I'm Kelsey, and today I'm making low-carb keto chili. Hi everyone, welcome to today's Facebook Live event. My name is Kelsey, and today we are making a low-carb chili. So I'll show you what ingredients I have so far. So for the meat, it calls for 2 pounds of ground beef. I chose to do half turkey, half ground beef. You can totally switch it up and do all ground beef, different types of either if you wanted to do like 80-20, 90-10, it's up to you, or you could always do ground pork, either way. And we are going to use chopped up mushrooms, celery, green pepper, onion, some minced garlic. I have a low sodium beef broth. You can use any flavor that you, or any type that you want. I just prefer the low sodium, but you can always use regular if you prefer that. Some spices, we have pepper, sea salt, cumin, paprika, and oregano. And what I'm gonna do is start up by cooking the veggies. I'm gonna cook them in this pot right here. So I'll just turn it on medium and add a little bit of avocado oil to help get things going. And then I'll also be cooking the meat in here, then I'll transfer them over. I'll let these heat up, then I'll get started. My pans are nice and hot, so in here I have about a 1/4 cup of chopped up onion. I'll add that in there. Same thing, about a 1/4 cup of chopped up mushrooms. I did a whole green pepper and about 3 pieces, like long pieces of celery. Around here. So this recipe is not approved for the program because of the beef broth. So this, most often beef or chicken broth or vegetable broth are going to contain things that are not permitted on the program. So this one, even though it has low ingredients, it does have carrots, so that would be the reason why for that. There is one program approved chicken broth you can have on the program. You can always try it with this. If you make this recipe or any others, please let us know. And comment below if you have any questions. We love hearing from you. So this is a perfect weeknight meal, especially for meal prep. If you're on maintenance, making this on a Sunday is perfect. You could probably also put this in the slow cooker too, after you cook up the meat, if you wanted it to kind of sit during the day. That would be delicious. So I'll let this cook, reduce the heat a little bit, and I'm going to add my ground turkey and my ground beef. This for this. So I'll let these two cook together as well as the veggies, and I'll check back in on everything in about 5 to 10 minutes and see where everything is at. So taking a look at my ground turkey and ground beef, everything looks great. Almost done. And my veggies are nice and cooked. I'm going to add some minced garlic and let that cook up. Most chili recipes have some sort of bean or sweet potato, so this is a perfect lower carb option. If you're making it for your family that doesn't do low carb, you could always have them serve it over rice, but you could always serve this over cauliflower rice, which would also taste very good. So in just another second, I'll add this over to here. Turn this heat off. Since I don't have a large pot. This could definitely get interesting, but we'll see how it goes. I'm also going to serve this topped with some uncured bacon that I baked in the oven. You could always, depending on how much time you have or if you enjoy cooking bacon, I personally always prefer just putting it in the oven because it's a lot easier and less mess. You could cook it in this pan first, in this pot first. And I'm going to use some sour cream, maybe a little bit of cheese as well. That works for me. So definitely more so overflowing than I would have liked, but we're doing it. Now I'm going to add the beef broth. So it says to add 2 cups. But this is going to really go very quickly. There we go. I'm going to start with that, maybe add a little bit more as it goes along. Now I'm going to add some spices. We'll do cumin, salt, and pepper, and paprika. And I'll do oregano as well. I'm going to let this simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes, and I'll check back in a little bit. Okay, my chili is all ready. I would recommend, the recipe says to let it simmer for 10 minutes. I let it simmer for more like 30, just so that way everything kind of gets mixed together, and also it's not just like beef broth and beef and veggies. Like, I wanted to kind of mix everything together. I also would recommend serving this with cauliflower rice, but this is going to be great. I'll add a little bit more there. Perfect. So I am going to serve mine with some pieces of bacon, some sour cream, and some shredded cheese. And I chopped up some green onions as well, and I'll do a little shredded cheese. This is my finished product. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.